Hello everyone! Welcome to today's video read aloud of a day in the life of Marlon Bundo. And this is Marlon Bundo. He's a little bunny rabbit. Let's see what his life is like. Bow ties and glasses, bow ties and glasses. A day in the life of Marlon Bundo. What a beautiful garden. Hello, my name is Marlon Bundo, and I am a bunny. I live with Mom, Grandma, and Grandpa in an old stuffy house on the grounds of the U.S. Naval Observatory. That's because my grandpa is the Vice President of the United States. His name is Mike Pence. This isn't true anymore, but it was true when this book was written. Now the President of the United States is Joe Biden, and his Vice President is Kamala Harris. But before, when this book was written, the President was President Trump, and the Vice President was Mike Pence. Back to Marlon Bundo. This story isn't going to be about Grandpa Mike Pence, because he isn't very fun. This story is about me, because I'm very, very fun. This is the story of my very special day. Look at Marlon Bundo with his hula hoop. My very special day started out like every other day. I woke up all alone. And then I ate a fine bunny breakfast all alone. While I watched the news all alone. You see, sometimes old stuffy houses are also lonely. Do you ever feel lonely sometimes? When? You know, sometimes, especially with COVID happening right now, I feel a bit lonely because I work from home, but my roommates work outside. And I don't live with my mom and dad anymore, so sometimes I feel a little bit lonely when I have to play by myself. I think that's how Marlon Bundo feels right now. After breakfast, I hop to the garden and look at the flowers. Hello down there, to the bugs, I say. That's when I saw him. He was a big, fluffy bunny with the floppiest floppy ears and the bushiest bushy tail. He was bunny beautiful. I was standing still, but being near him made me feel like my heart was still hopping. I think Bunny has a crush. I think Marlon Bundo has a crush on this bunny. I think they're gonna fall in love. My name is Marlon, I said, but my family calls me Botus. It's short for Bunny of the United States. It's a long story. My name is Wesley. And my family calls me Wesley, said Wesley. Wesley and I hopped together all around the garden. We hopped over daisies. We hopped over tiny carrots that weren't ready to grow up and be lunches yet. We hopped over Phil and Dennis. They hopped over their bug friends playing checkers. Once we had hopped through every part of the garden, We didn't want to stop hopping, so we hopped right inside the old stuffy house. We hopped up and down the creaky stairs and made beautiful creaky stair music together. We hopped through the kitchen and maybe left a few bunny prints. We maybe made a little bit of a mess. I see the cook in the kitchen is not happy. The chef is grumpy about the bunnies jumping around through the kitchen. I would be a little grumpy too if they made a mess. We hopped through very boring meetings with very boring people. It was a very good hop. It was the best hop. And I realized something. When I hopped with Wesley, my old stuffy house didn't feel lonely anymore. At the end of our hop, I said, "Wesley, I don't want to hop without you ever again." And Wesley said, "Well, that's funny because I never want to hop without you, Marlon Bundo, ever again." And we both said, "We will get married and hop together forever." Ooh, they're gonna get married. "Hello, everyone," we said to all the animals in the garden. "Hello, Phil, and Dennis the Bugs, and Pumpernickel, who is a badger, and Scooter, who is a turtle, and Dill Prickle, who is a hedgehog, and Mr. Paws, who is a very good dog. Hello to all of you. We are getting married so we can hop together forever." "Hooray!" said Phil and Dennis the Bugs, and Pumpernickel, who was a badger, and Scooter, who was a turtle, and Dill Prickle, who was a hedgehog, and Mr. Paws, who was a very good dog. "Hooray!" said all of our friends, because that's what friends say. Because friends cheer other friends on when they're doing something that makes them happy. Marlon Bundo and Wesley are gonna get married. "Wait," said a scary voice. "You can't get married." We looked around and saw that the scary voice was coming from the stink bug. Let me tell you a little about the stink bug. The stink bug was in charge. He was important. None of the other animals could quite work out why he was in charge or how he was important, but he was, and that meant he made the rules. That meant all the animals listened to him, even though he was, and this is true, very stinky. The stinkiest stink bug. Ooh, P.U. "Boy bunnies don't marry boy bunnies," said the stink bug. "Boy bunnies have to marry girl bunnies." "But this is the bunny I love," said Wesley. "And this is the bunny I love," said me, Marlon Bundo. Just being next to Wesley made me feel a little braver. "Too bad," said the stink bug. "I am the stinkiest, and I am important. I am the stinkiest, and I am in charge. Boy bunnies marry girl bunnies. Girl bunnies marry boy bunnies. This is the way it has always been. You are different, and different is bad." That makes me feel really sad. That makes me feel really sad that the stink bug would think that and the stink bug would say that. You and me, we know different is really good. Different is what makes the world such a beautiful place. And whether you want to marry a boy or a girl or someone who's both or neither, you're still wonderful, and you get to love who you get to love. If Marlon and Wesley want to get married, they should be allowed to get married. When you want to marry or date or love the same person, the person that's the same gender as you, that's called being gay. The other animals whispered nervously among themselves. Pumpernickel, who was a badger, came forward and said, I am different too. I eat my sandwiches crust first. That is very different. I don't do that. I'm happy that Badger does that. Pumpernickel does that. I am different too, said Dill Prickle, who is a hedgehog. I read the ends of books before I read the beginnings, just to make sure that they're not too sad for me. And I am different too, said Mr. Paws, who is a very good dog. Sometimes I sniff butts, and I don't know why. Everyone is different. And different is not bad, said Scooter, who is a turtle. Different is special. Wait, said Mr. Paws, who is a very good dog, and also a very smart dog. Wait a minute. We get to decide who is in charge. We get to decide who is important. We can vote. When everybody in the country votes on who they want to be in charge, it's called an election. That's how we get our prime ministers in Canada. That's how we get our premiers in our provinces like Ontario. That's how we get our mayors in our city like Toronto. Everybody votes on who they want to be in charge, on who is important and gets to make the decisions that help everybody live a better life. So they say, we don't like who's in charge right now. The stink bug. I don't like what he's saying. I don't like that he thinks different is bad. So we're going to have a vote and decide who we want to be in charge instead. And on this very special day, animals voted on who they wanted to have in charge. The stink bug? Or not the stink bug? I think I vote not the stink bug. They chose not the stink bug! Yay! There's one vote for the stink bug, and there's 8 votes for not the stink bug. So because there's more votes for not the stink bug, somebody who is not the stink bug will be in charge. Hooray, said me, Marlon Bundo. Hooray, said Wesley. Let's all say hooray. Hooray, said all of our friends, because that is what friends say. No, boomed the stink bug. Boy bunnies can't marry boy bun. And everyone yells at the stink bug. You are not in charge. You are not in charge anymore. We don't have to listen to you. You are not in charge. So, Wesley and I got married. We had 2 handsome groom otters named Muffins and Cubby, and a flower mouse named Hiccup. We ate, and we drank, and we danced the hokey pokey. Dill Prickle was especially good at the hokey pokey. And the ceremony was performed by a cat named Pajama. There she is in her pajamas. I wonder if she wears pajamas all the time. Do you wear pajamas all the time? The ceremony was performed by a cat named Pajama, who brought her wife as her date. After we ate and drank and danced, we went home together. Look at Marlon carrying Wesley. Strong bunny. We have to get some sleep, Marlon. Tomorrow we leave on our bunny moon. Because it doesn't matter if you love a girl bunny or a boy bunny or a bunny who's not sure about if they're a girl bunny or a boy bunny or neither or both. It doesn't matter if you eat your sandwich backward or forward. Stink bugs are temporary, and love is forever. This story tells us that you don't get to choose who you love who you love, and that people should accept that. Accept that you love who you love. Marlon Bundo is a very fun bunny who recently moved to Washington, D.C. from his home in Indiana. He enjoys hopping through the garden and eating all his vegetables and hula hooping. You know what? I like all of those things too. I like hopping through the garden and eating all my vegetables and hula hooping. What are some things that you like? And that's the end of our story. We learned about Marlon's very special day in A Day in the Life of Marlon Bundo by Marlon Bundo and Jill Twiss. There are more resources in the description box underneath this video. And until next time, bye-bye!